guys the stories of me when I was a little kid. Now, some of these stories are probably going to be scary, some of these probably will not be. We'll see. So, today, the first story I want to tell you guys is so I want to tell you guys the story of when I was a little kid. When I was a little kid, um, I used to, um, I used to play. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna start when I was young, too young. When I was young, I played my game, and I, was playing Call of Duty, and this. I'm gonna get into some paranormal stuff. So if you guys believe in paranormal, like ghosts or anything like that, please let me know. When I was a little kid, I was playing Call of Duty, and I was playing the map called Ascension, and I was playing with a couple of friends, and I had these red headphones I used to wear because I used to play with headphones. I used to talk with my teammates. I was sitting there and I was talking to my teammate. And none of the people I was playing with knew my actual real name. They knew me as Zombie Killer. So when they would want me, they would go Zombie Killer or Zombie Killer or Hey Killer, like 115. Typically, my one friend used to call me Killer 115. That's basically who's just calling me Killer, was one of my friends. So I was playing and I was, just chilling, on a high round, trying to these, and out of nowheres, this was a couple weeks after my grandma passed away. She passed away due to not getting enough air to her brain, which made her brain dead. And they put her on a machine. And that's when we decided, she wouldn't live like that, so we unplugged. We decided to let her go. So it was literally a couple months after that, and there was a couple of weeks, or a couple of days, a couple of weeks after that. I heard out of nowhere, I heard my name. My name is Robbie. So people would call me Robbie. That's not my real name. I just like to be called that. I'd prefer that. So people would call me Rob or Robbie. I heard out of nowhere when I was playing that game. I heard out of nowhere. None of my friends knew my name or whatsoever. All I heard was Robbie coming from the outside, coming from I don't know if it was my mom, because at the time I was living with my mom because I was still young. I was in school still. So I went to my mom and I was like, "Did you just call me?" She goes, "No, I didn't call you. I'm sitting here on the computer." And when I came out, she was sitting on the computer. So I was like, "Okay, this is kind of weird." So I was like, "Okay, this is legitimately weird." I'm freaked out now. So I went to go see. Like I said, I didn't know at the time. I went out there. She was on the computer, and I was like, "Did you call me?" She goes, "No," because my mom normally calls me when she needs something. Because my mom wasn't in good health. My mom still isn't in good health. This is another reason why I haven't been really posting. Is most of you guys know my mom lost her leg and isn't doing really well right now. And that's why I'm not really posting. So if you guys wondering where I'm at, that's where I'm at. Why is there a pig, and how did there a pig get in there? So yeah, at the time I didn't know what was going on. So I went out, like I said, and I went out. A couple minutes later, I was like, "Did you say my name?" She goes, "No." So I'm like, okay, maybe it's my mind. Maybe I think because my grandma just passed away, or my grandma passed away. Maybe it's just me thinking it. She said my name, and ever since I've been thinking about it, and now I believe in ghosts. Maybe that was my grandma saying that she was okay and she was doing fine, and that's something you'll never know. So yeah. Another paranormal thing was I always, believed in the thing where you go into the mirror at night and say that stuff. Well, my friend did that, and I think it was over his house. And a couple days later, I was walking past my closet, and the way I had it was an apartment. How my apartment used to be was it used to be the living room when you first entered, then the kitchen, no, then the dining room, and then the kitchen it was like a little square. Um, so there was like about probably 6 closets in the room, in the apartment complex. Uh, so six closet in the apartment complex, which was a lot, not gonna lie. But I was also scared of two. I was scared of three. And I wouldn't, like, sleep with the closet doors open or closed. I literally had to take, I literally had to take a, I had to take the doors off because I was scared at the time. And so yeah, I was scared at the time. I was, just, wondering, how things were done. So I went to the bathroom one night. I always left the, cause I thought my apartment was haunted. I always thought my apartment was haunted, so I didn't really, go anywhere alone. So I was scared because my brother, he was a ghost hunter. Some of my family members are ghost hunters, and paranormal really scares me. My brother started a group, uh, and then my uncle took over, and because my brother was I forget what he was doing, but he took over and couldn't do it no more. So my uncle made it and stuff like that. So yeah, so basically ghost hunting's been relevant to me since I was a little kid. I always believed in paranormal. I always believed in believing in the afterlife. Um, but one day, I was on my way to the bathroom, and I had the lights on and all. Now, this one bathroom that was like, it was a big bathroom with all the jackets and stuff like that. I went in there, and I didn't go in there. I took a glimpse out of my peripheral vision, and I'd seen something in red. I thought I seen like a body, red jacket on. My mom probably didn't have. My mom never really wore red. Come to find out it was a red jacket. I was like, how did that red jacket get there? My mom barely wear a red. I don't think she liked red. I think she like, you know, she liked it like black, stuff like that. Sorry, I'm just tired. So I went. I was like, okay. You know, I didn't really pay no mind to it. I'm trying to think. Do I want something like that? Because I could go both ways, actually. Sorry if I stopped story mid. But, yeah. The apartments always had, you know, paranormal activity. Like, the one time I was at school, my cousin was sitting right there, and this was way before my brother passed away. If you guys don't know, my brother passed away a couple of years ago from cancer. So back when my brother was still alive, he would come over and he would, you know, talk, you know, like there was somebody in the house. Well, I wouldn't say talk like somebody was in the house, but he would, you know, just mess around with us and was like, there's somebody here. And it was like really funny at first. And then the one, the one time my brother, uh, he was mad, I don't, like, he wasn't crazy. Uh, he was just, he was trying to be funny. And um, trying to be funny, and he was like, "Someone's here," like laughing, because my cousin was like, "No, no, 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 no." Now I remember. Uh, so this was way before it was actually the day he was actually supposed to come. Um, a candle that we had on a shelf, or no, it was on the table. Never fell, never moved, never nothing. It flew off the table and into the living room. Now, like I said, that's not really far because it was literally connected to the living room. Like, there was no boundaries. It was just living room, dining room. The only thing that had the boundary was the kitchen. The kitchen was a little squared off area right next to the living room, to the dining room. Like if you were standing by the front door, you could probably see you could see in the kitchen. You could see the back wall of the kitchen. So yeah, so the one time it flew, it flew. Um, Now I don't know if it was a ghost who did it or if it was just like. So I had a cat. The cat liked to get up on that table. So I guess I don't know if it was the cat or the ghost. I honestly think the house was haunted. Some of my family members did. Some of my family members didn't. It would get to the point to where I would hate going out into the living room at night, unless there was a light or someone was out there. I was, you know, it was very scary for me. The apartments was very scary. The one I lived where I started my career, the one time I did a video, I actually was in the living room at night. I was watching. I'm a really, I used to be, you know, a huge wrestling fan. Hello, how are you? How are you doing? But anyway, back to the story. I was a huge wrestling fan, so I had the WWE Network. And was too. But I decided that I wanted to, stay up and do my first YouTube video. My first YouTube video was probably only a couple minutes short, and there's a reason why. When I was doing that YouTube video, I was sitting outside, and I was sitting out in the living room, and I was basically, playing Roblox. My first game was Roblox. I had on this game on this channel, and basically I had to. I deleted all the Roblox. Yeah, you're the only one. I have my phone so I can read the comments, so it's not in the screen on your guys' screen. Because when I normally have it, it would tell you what people said on the screen. It would take up half the screen for you and half the screen for me. So what I did was I took it off, and now I'm just using my phone so I can see the comments still. And you guys can have the full screen, so I can have the full screen as well. So. But if you like my video, please subscribe. Welcome to the Zombie Killer Army YouTube channel. Welcome to the live. But yeah, right now I'm just telling my paranormal activity stories that I experienced when I was a little kid. When I used to live at apartments that I used to live at. Oh. So back in the day, I lived in apartments. I thought it was haunted. But back to the stories. I was doing my video, and my first video was Roblox. I took it down because it was only a certain short minute, or so many. It was too short. So I basically, just. Oh, let me go to a different world. Should I do a vote one? What should I do? I do. I do a vote. I do the vote one. So yeah, when I was a little kid, I was sitting there. I was recording. I didn't know how to record my voice on Roblox, and the one thing that got me was, does PC stand for PlayStation? No, PC means personal computer. PS means PlayStation. PS means PlayStation. PC means personal computer, and yeah. No, you're good. You good. I used to make that mistake too. I used to thought PC meant it was like a gaming. I forget what I used to think of it, but I used to think the same thing. I used to think that it used to be PC, but then I learned it was like console or something like that. It was weird. I think it's weird. I don't think they should categorize it. But what was I? Yeah, I was sitting out there and I was watching wrestling, and I had to use the bathroom, and I happened to look down, and I thought I seen a black shadow, straight up come, sit down on the toilet. And where it was, I was right next to the first closet. It would be the entrance door, and literally right to the right was a wall. It was a very short wall, but right between the wall and the back wall, the side wall, was a closet, and that was the main closet. That's where the breaker was and all that. So I basically was sitting there, and I was scared. My aunt, do you have a Xbox? Do you have Xbox Live? I used to. I don't have it no more. I got rid of it because I couldn't connect to YouTube. I couldn't do YouTube videos on that as I could do with PlayStation. Or if I could, I didn't know how to. So, yeah. I have a PS4. I play on PlayStation. Um, but, yeah. So when I was, when my aunt stayed, she put a cross on that door because we thought right there was where a present. We knew that there was presents there. If you guys don't know what presents are, I'm gonna talk about like Christmas presents or anything like that. I'm talking about like spiritual presents, like ghosts type stuff, and was like, I looked down at the bathroom and it was literally just big black shadow. It was none of my parents, none of my brother, I have three brothers. One passed away. But my one who didn't pass away used to live with us before he bought a trailer, and he was home, but he was sleeping because he had work. He worked as a mechanic, and he was asleep. So I was like, and no one was up. So I was like, okay, this is pretty weird. This is, like the weirdest thing I've ever witnessed. So I'm like, okay. So I'm playing the game. I'm trying not to pay attention to it. And there was a very, very like short moment to where you probably seen me pause for a minute in the game, and that's when I seen the shadow again. I seen the shadow multiple times, and both times were in the bathroom. So I was creeped out, and I was like, I'm just gonna finish this game real quick, and I'm gonna go to bed. So I finished the game. It was only about like a couple minutes game, and I went to bed, and that's when I ended the video. And that's why my first video was so short. I deleted the game. I deleted that video because it was way too short, and I just believed that making videos was going to be fun. And there was a couple times where I would get scared and I wouldn't want to go live. I mean, I can. I don't really like any of the mini games that they have. Uh, yeah, maybe I'll do that a little bit later. I want to finish this build. or maybe I'll just play some GTA later on. But right now, I want to say I finished the story I was doing. So yeah, that's my first video was a little short. I didn't want to stay out there for too long. I just had this really irky feeling that something was gonna happen if I stayed out there. Like I said, I think my house was haunted, and I don't think it was a good ghost. Uh, Now this might sound crazy, and I know it might sound crazy, but please, I don't know where I heard this, but I heard that. This is weird. I heard that. No, you're good. I think I played. Yeah, Battle is really fun. I enjoyed that one. But I might tell this one story and I might jump to GTA. So that's why I'm really doing it. So I've been working on this for a while, and I'm going to get further into this. So back when, yeah, that's why my first videos were really short. I didn't want to, stay out. Like I said, my house was. So I lived in another house. I lived in a house, not an apartment. I didn't really do much videos there. I probably did one or two videos there, and I did a couple of no. I think I only did one or two videos there. And I let me finish this real quick. Two from the top. One, two. Oh, I get why. So, what was I gonna say? Oh, so I lived in the house. I lived in a house. I lived in a house before I moved again to where I'm at now. Uh, I did probably only 2 or 3 videos, and the one video was probably it was a really short video. I actually don't think I actually made a video. I don't think I actually made a video on the house. I just could not connect with the house. The house was just like, really terrible. Like, I didn't. It's not that I didn't like it. It was just like, I couldn't get a good YouTube video. It wasn't a good house to do a YouTube video. Either too much stuff was going on, and then, or I just didn't. I just didn't feel the house to be. I really wasn't excited for the house. More like I wasn't really proud of the house. The house was kind of weird. It was a weird layout, so I didn't want people like thinking like, oh, why did this guy pick this type of layout, or stuff like that. To me, I like the layout. Oh well, I didn't really guys show you my face until I moved into the trailer, and I was really planning on doing that. I was actually the reason why I didn't I didn't do a face reveal at the house is I wasn't really I felt like that wasn't the spot. Like that wasn't the right place or time to do that. I basically got a feeling that I just didn't want to But yeah, the reason why I didn't do that is because I just feel like that house was the right house to do the. I was actually planning on doing the face reveal. I was waiting to do a video until I did the face reveal. I was gonna do like, hey guys, it's me, Zombie Killer here, and today I'm not doing a video. I was, what was the first video I've done? I think mine was a. Let's see what my first YouTube video face with full face was. I'm gonna have. But I think my first one was R.I.P. Angry Grandpa. So if you guys don't know who Angry Grandpa was a YouTuber who passed away, sadly, passed away of a sickness. Angry Grandpa was one of my favorite YouTubers, and I took it really, really hard when he passed. I made a video probably the day or the next day that I found out. I was a wreck, and I didn't want to go on YouTube and be a wreck. So the next day it was like, I have to do this. I have to give a legend of mine like a shout out. So the next day I was like, R.I.P. Angry Grandpa. Today we lost a hero. We lost a we lost a very good YouTuber, and with sad eye or with sad feelings, I wanna say rest in peace. And that was my first ever official face reveal. And now that I have, I was like, was this a good? This was a good enough time. This was the time. And I wanna say something to you guys. I wanna say, I wanna say this from like the bottom of my heart. Like I mean this. Like I truly mean whatever I'm about to say. If it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be doing YouTube. I wouldn't be, you know, I wouldn't be here. I'm not big yet, like most YouTubers, but I believe that I will get there because of you guys. You guys are awesome. You guys are, fantastic, and I love that you guys are behind me 100% any day of the week. And I want to say thank you guys for so much. So yeah. I eventually moved out of the Tapered Oak house. Not Tapered Oak. Not Tapered Oak. Not Tapered Oak. It wasn't Tapered Oak. It was somewhere else. I forget where it was. But yeah, don't mind me. I'm a little tired. But I moved from there, and I went to a trailer park. And this was where I got to. This was where I was. This is where I. Then I did the face reveal at the trailer and stuff like that. So I actually might jump to GTA. You guys want to join? You guys can. Thank you very much for joining.